Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here again for another episode from Transformation Greatness along with the Small Business Network podcast. And we're going to be coming to you and talking about the art of imagination. And I'm hoping that everybody's really enjoying themselves as far as on this Wednesday evening. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, so it's a little bit, I believe, past 9. And I just want to go ahead and jump into this. So if you can do me a favor, first and foremost, if you catch this on the live, put this in hashtag live. Let me know exactly where you're tuning in from. And if you know me, I love to have dialogue. I love interaction. And if you should happen to catch this on a replay because you're busy, you got other commitments, then by all means, put in hashtag replay and do the same thing. The art of imagination. And I'm going to mention a few names in here because it's going to tie in as far as to my talk this evening with you. The art of imagination, guys. If you are a Neapolitan Hill fan, if you are a Bob Proctor fan, then you know about imagination. We know as far as that is universal truth and law that imagination is so powerful. You can literally create anything through imagination. And for a second, I want you to really think about as far as for what you're watching right now. And what I mean by that is that the TVs in your home, the laptops you may be watching this presentation on, or maybe your mobile phone. Think about this. At one point in time, guys, there was someone that was bold enough to have that idea, literally hold it in their mind, become impressed upon that so much to the point where they said, you know what? I believe this can work. And they were convicted by that. I want you to think about that, right? There were individuals that was willing to step out and use the power of their imaginations to create TV, cell phone, lights, clothes, all the things in which that we, a lot of times, if we can be honest, really take for granted. There was someone that stepped out and used the power of imagination. They created that into an art form for them. And I want to bring up a few individuals. And like I mentioned, this is going to tie in as far as to my talk this evening. We have Brother Melvin in the house. Thank you so much for hopping on, my brother. I do appreciate you. I want to give a special shout out first off to this one individual, Coach Angie Frontera. She and a group of other heart center entrepreneurs, they had their book launch today. Forever Self, or Younger Self, excuse me. And it became a #1 bestseller on Amazon. And that is something that is a huge accomplishment. And I tagged her into this, so more than likely she'll be able to watch this later. But I want you to think about that. A group of individuals decide to come together and share their life story and share as far as their experiences, their ups, their downs, their struggles, and put that into a book. And to think, because of a collective mind, had the imagination individually at first, and decided to come together as a collective, thus this was able to come about. And now they're celebrating being the #1 bestseller on Amazon for their work. And this, I can tell you, is going down in history. So special shout outs as far as to Coach Angie. And that's just one example. I want to give you another example. I want to introduce you, if you don't know this gentleman here, he's actually my business partner, Dr. James McConnell. And I want to show you how powerful imagination can be. Because over 20 plus years, he created NBC Enterprises. He then went on. There she go. Coach Angie, awesome. I just shouted you out too. Also, because of the vision and imagination and the willingness to step outside his own comfort zone at the time to create the Small Business Network and many other different projects, and which are still standing to this day, and which is really giving people an opportunity, just like as far as with Coach Angie and her collective group, of giving people inspiration, hope, encouragement, income opportunities, notoriety, recognition. So you see where I'm going with this, guys. Jerry, how's everything going, my friend? Happy 2023, by the way. Imagination is something in which that I've heard that when you start imagining, you start really unlocking your true, authentic self. You really start becoming the person that you're truly supposed to be. Okay, so I'm feeling this, Jerry and Coach Angie, that maybe there's individuals that's probably watching this and they're like, Sean, okay, whatever, man. You're full of it. You basically just regurgitated something which that you heard. Okay, I got you. I'll give you another example as far as with myself. When I created my first 2 ebooks, Align for Your Greatness and From Broke to Greatness, that was birthed out of imagination. And I was challenged by Coach Monica McKenna. And when she challenged me to do an ebook, I didn't really think as far as that I can do it, because it's been so long that I've written anything, let alone a novel, a letter, anything, guys. So when she challenged me, something clicked. Something clicked. And through the power and the art of imagination, I started to write. And when I started to write, I really got emotionally attached to the idea through imagination, and thus Align for Your Greatness was actually birthed. And then it was so cool, guys. Follow me. Listen, guys. Listen very, very closely. And then through that, birth From Broke to Greatness 2 weeks later. What am I saying here? I got you, Coach Angie. What am I saying here? What I'm saying is that imagination is so powerful that we can literally create anything, as long as we're emotionally attached and we believe it, that we can create anything. We're not limited whatsoever. We're actually limitless. But what happens, what stops our imagination, what stops our creative thinking, is when we have doubt, when we have a fear of criticism, when we have a fear of failure, right? Those things, it kills the creative process. And when I think about this too, and I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to this as well, and when I think about it, each and every single time I stop the creative process, the imaginative process, I was really not only shortchanging myself, but so many other individuals as well. I'm going to give you another example of the art of imagination. Sister here, Tiffany, doing amazing and powerful things. She has a podcast. Get up, exercise and praise the Lord. Everybody get up, exercise and praise the Lord. I absolutely love it. But through the art of imagination, that was actually birthed within her, and she started doing it. And to this day, she's very consistent on that. And of course, she does many other things as well. But do you see my point, ladies and gentlemen? The art of imagination. So many things has come about. Think about as far as, well, anyone that you admire and respect. Think about anybody as far as in their history books. It all started with this right here. It just sat back, they visualized it, they imagined it over and over and over, just like a child, and said, you know what? Why not? Why not? Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second here. Give me 1 second, guys. I do apologize. Okay, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry about that. Yeah. So let's see here what you people are saying. So Angie says, oh no, I didn't realize that time. Got to run, have another Zoom call schedule. No problem. So I think you all getting the point. And I want to go ahead and close with this, guys, because with us here with the Small Business Network Transformation Greatness and also my fellow colleagues, we are doing amazing things. Many of you guys probably know, obviously, we are, doing as far as with TV and radio. We're giving individuals the opportunity to really showcase their talents as far as we're doing shows with us. In addition as well, we do have a course, Small Business Network podcast, which is the video podcast here, which allows for great individuals such as yourself as far as to be interviewed and let the audience know about your amazing gifts and talents. But also we have as far as the audio podcast as well. But in addition, guys, we have the Talent Expo as well as the Business Expo as well. Once again, all through the art of imagination. Think about that. Think about if you can just sit back and say, you know what? If fear was no option, and I can literally just freely think and imagine and have this notion that all things is possible, what can you do? Can you create books? Can you create conferences? Can you create events? Guys, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. So that's what I wanted to leave you on with episode 47 of Transformation Greatness in the Small Business Network podcast, The Art of Imagination. Because in this year, you are limitless. And also, I'm so happy and thankful as well because through the art of imagination, Transformation TV has been birthed. And I have done my first 2 episodes. And I plan on by the end of this week doing at least 2 more. And if you would like to find out more on where you can access Transformation TV, also with a host of other great content, please feel free as far as to send me a message and let's have a conversation, guys, because if you're a content creator, if you're someone that has an imagination on you and you love to create and you love to serve and you love to give back, right, as far as with your gifts and talents, we most certainly need to have a conversation like tonight, because we have something. Actually, we have a multitude of things, but we most certainly have a space for you to be able to show your gifts and talents off to the universe. Why? Because it's time. Or the better question is, why not? So with that being said, I thank you so much, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this segment. You guys have been amazing. Continue to follow us. We're just getting started, and 2023 is, in fact, your year. So with that, if what I stated on here either motivated, transformed, or inspired at least one person, may God be the glory, and we take no credit for absolutely none of it. Until then, you're all fantastic. Remember, the art of imagination And as long as you have that with emotional feeling, that's the key thing, guys. You gotta be emotionally involved with it. Like, you gotta feel it, you gotta believe it. And it has to be done over and over and over again, repetitive. Then what will happen is that the subconscious mind will start to believe it and will have no choice but to accept it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Have a blessed evening, family. Later.